Hey everybody, I'm Peter. I am a senior in high school and I will be attending the University of Pennsylvania next fall. Today I wanted to talk about waitlist FAQs for the Ivy League schools, specifically sending letters of continued interest, because I know a lot of people are hoping to do that in order to boost their chances of admission. So I just wanted to talk about how you can do that and the cases in which you should be doing that. Spoiler, the Ivies really want you to send a letter of continued interest. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first school that I'm going to be talking about is Harvard. Their wait list is unranked, and they do accept letters of continued interest. Now, what you should always do is, if a school accepts letters of continued interest, you should absolutely send one in, because it shows that you're still interested in them. And if you have accepted a spot on Harvard's waiting list, you should definitely send them a letter of continued interest. Now, that would be through your application portal. As with many other schools, you type your letter and submit it through that application portal. The next school that I'm going to talk about is Yale. Now, Yale also accepts letters of continued interest, so you should definitely be sending one to them. Now, that will be through your status admissions portal, and there should be a tab there where you can upload a letter of continued interest and then send it to them. Much like Harvard, their waitlist is unranked, so you will have the same shot of being admitted as any other student on the waitlist. The third school I'm going to talk about is Princeton. Now, Princeton, much like Harvard and Yale, also accepts letters of continued interest. This is a trend across the Ivy League. All Ivy League schools are going to be accepting letters of continued interest, and you should be sending them to these schools if you have the means to do so, and if they are at the top of your list. So for Princeton, you will be sending that to uadmissions@princeton.edu. I'll put the email address right here over here. And something to note is that Princeton highly encourages sending a letter of continued interest, meaning that if you want a shot at being admitted from the waiting list, you should absolutely send a letter of continued interest. The next school that I'm going to talk about is Columbia University. They will accept letters of continued interest through your waitlist portal. Like the previous three mentioned, their waitlist is not ranked, and so you have the same shot at getting admitted as other students. The fifth school that I'm going to talk about is the University of Pennsylvania, or UPenn. They have a wait list, and you should call the admissions office to know where to send your letter of continued interest. But yes, they do accept letters of continued interest, and you should absolutely be sending them to the University of Pennsylvania. So once again, call the admissions office. You will likely be sending it to your regional admissions counselor. Just double check by calling the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the University of Pennsylvania, and you should be able to send it via email to a representative. Now, Cornell is a little bit different than the previously mentioned schools in that each of their undergraduate colleges makes its own waiting list, and they are not ranked formally in terms of this person is above another person. However, if you have shown demonstrated interest to Cornell, which through a letter of continued interest, you can show a lot of demonstrated interest, you will have a better chance of admission off of Cornell's wait list. This is because they highly value demonstrated interest in their admissions process. And so anything that you can do to show that Cornell is one of your top schools or your very top school is very important to them when they are deciding on the wait list. So you should absolutely be sending your letter of continued interest through email at undergradapp@cornell.edu. The final two are Brown and Dartmouth. Both of them take letters of continued interest, both of which you should be uploading through your applicant portal. And neither ranks publicly their waiting list, and there's not a whole lot of information on that. However, if you want to better your chances of admission, like with all the other schools, you should submit a letter of continued interest. One thing to note is if you need help formatting or writing a letter of continued interest, really conveying your personality and bringing out what makes you special as an applicant in that letter of continued interest, go click the link. There's a form below where you can request help on that. I'm super happy to help out with those things. Another thing for juniors who are just starting the college admissions process or maybe haven't started yet, who need help crafting their Common App personal statement, UC personal insight questions, or their activities list, or just building a college list in general. I'm very happy to help with that. So click the link below. Okay, that is it for today's video. One more thing is that if you need help formatting or writing a letter of continued interest, I'm happy to help. Click the link down below, as well as if you're a junior who is just starting or maybe hasn't started yet the college admissions process, if you need help creating an activities list, building your college list, or crafting your personal statement or UC personal insight questions, I'm super happy to help with that. Just click the link down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.